Welcome. I'm Chai Monet, and this is the first ever episode of Talking Spit, a channel where we'll be discussing anything from self-care to cartoons, new series, new video games, you name it, we talk about it. My first guest, also ever, super excited, my favorite person in the whole entire world, my father, Rob from Raw Figure Arts.
What's up? Raw Figure Arts in the house.
We are going to get into X-Men'97. I know you've seen it. You had to see it already. If you're like me, you waited to 3 o'clock in the morning to make sure you were among the first viewing.
All right, I tell you that it's hard to be up 3 o'clock in the morning when you're 57, it's hard. I'm tired.
But you powered through.
I did it. We did it.
A lot of nodding, but we did it.
I'm still not like a junkie on 125th Street.
So let's get into it, guys. First of all, first 2 episodes, amazing.
Outstanding.
I've never been hit so hard watching and Marvel anything. It's been a while since I really felt this excited. I remember talking to my pops like, listen, man, they taking too long. They're not going to do it. They're just playing with us. You know how Marvel is. Like, they think we have this expendable time.
We're going to live forever.
Like, we don't have people like Trump in the world. Stuff like But I have to say, first and foremost, Mr. Bo, Mr. DeMaio, thank you.
Yes.
A round of applause, my guy. Like, this was amazing. You started off with a big bang. You have given us, well, at least the us that I'm talking about that enjoyed. You have given us what we've been waiting for. Like, they're doing their thing in there. Like,
and do not front. You know you enjoyed action. It. You know, people out there, do not front. You know you enjoyed it. It was hot. It was banging. Come on, man.
It was
fire.
All right, so let's break down this first episode. I mean, first of all, the opening.
That theme song when it hits. Oh.
Am I the only one that get chills? Am I the only one that's literally singing along?
I remember watching it for the first time with you guys, and you guys were young. Oh my God, best thing ever.
It's crazy. It's a good time to be alive right now.
Yes, it is.
All of us always wondering, why did it end? Why did they stop? Why did they not keep going on? Like, the stories were great.
Yeah.
And I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I never had a problem with the art. The only art I had a problem with was probably the last few episodes in season 5.
Yes.
Oh, and yes, God. I'm not saying we didn't notice, very noticeable mistakes like Rogue having a brown and green jacket literally in the same scene.
In the same scene.
Or sometimes Wolverine's whole arm being yellow like his suit. But I was okay with those minor mistakes. I still, the show is still amazing. Like, the stories, everything. Was everything always comic book accurate? Of course not. But was it close enough to where you could follow if you are a comic book reader? Yes, you knew what was going on.
Yeah, I think if they would have tried to make it all comic book accurate, each episode would have been an hour, and I don't think they're giving you the money for that.
And if I don't know if everyone is aware of the X-Men back then, but they didn't really give them a budget to really work on. I mean, these people were working on a shoestring budget, and look what they produced with that budget.
Yes. So
you got to give them their props, man. Like, you have to give them their props.
Very much so. I mean, if you was a fan of the X-Men, what you watched on Saturday morning back when it was on, I mean, in the 90s, I mean, you didn't get them punching each other or much blood of any. I think it was like one episode that had blood in it. But now, look what they did with this first episode.
One episode that had blood and they took it out. So you kind of felt like you were either delirious or your mom was playing tricks on you because they took it out so fast. You literally have some people like, what are you talking about? And you have other people like, nah. And if I don't quote me, I don't know the exact episode. I know it's in the first season. It's literally it's
the first season. It's Magneto, right?
It's the Days of Future Past episode. Uh-huh. It's where Bishop is trying to stop Senator Kelly from being assassinated.
Right.
And then they leave the room, and then they come back in, and Xavier's like, something wrong, my watch stopped and everything. Mm-hmm. If you go through that other episode after that, when he's on the boat and the Sentinels attack Magneto, right. And then if you fast forward, the X-Men is coming, they looking for Senator Kelly because they know Magneto had him or whatever. And when they don't find him, they find Magneto when Rogue lifts it up, she sees Magneto, and if you're paying attention, he is bloody. I mean, his stomach is bloody, his arm is bloody. You see the blood.
I remember the first time we watched it.
And
was
then when
amazing.
you watch it again, when they started playing the other episodes, like the reruns.
Yeah.
Until they gave us new episodes, you didn't see the blood anymore.
Yeah, they took the blood out.
I don't know why they do that. Kids know what blood look like. I mean, we're kids. Kids in the '90s are real kids. We was outside scraping our knee like on purpose.
Fox Kids was not playing that. You know they wasn't. I mean, the Christian Ray had them in the chokehold. They really had them in the chokehold.
I mean, Christian Ray, we do bleed. We get hurt. If you get hurt bad enough, you're gonna bleed.
I mean, it was.
I don't get it.
It was. I mean, but they still gave us like the best they could do, and we loved it. We ate it up because I mean, we used to watch it as a family. You remember that?
Yes. Saturday mornings, making my little palette.
Yeah.
And
piling up in that room, that bedroom.
Waiting for your favorite shows to come on. Because sometimes you have to sit to things you didn't really want to watch. But yes, X-Men was definitely one of those shows that you wanted to watch and go to school and talk about it. But yeah, back to the opening though. Like, let's give one man his props. Morph, you made it. I'm proud of you, dude.
Hey.
You are officially a member. Your name is in the credits now.
There you go, bro.
So congratulations, you're a part of the team. I have my feelings about Bishop. I just feel like he not from here.
I think Colossus or Nightcrawler or Angel or even Iceman, to me, would have felt more of a natural fit. I know Bishop was in the '90s group in the comics. I get it. But we was missing some core players. I just never Colossus, was a fan. Just come on.
I mean, y'all could have even threw in Iceman. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Bishop was a safe choice. I don't know. But yeah, I'm noticing. I don't know if you guys noticed. If you didn't, you clearly can't see. But from the first episode to the second episode, the openings are completely different. So in the first episode starts off as it normally would. Cyclops is the first to open it up. You see him, and you go through, the team members or whatever. But when you get to the second episode, there are differences in that opening. Like, you see things like you see Storm fighting Callisto. And I know you all remember that scene with the Morlocks when they tried to steal Cyclops. You see the Phoenix. You see Magneto is also added this time around. I think they are telling us a story without giving us the story just yet. But I think we all should pay attention. They are letting us know who we're going to see and maybe how soon. I don't know. What you feel about that, Bob?
I definitely.
You also.
They give you hints in the opening.
You also see Bishop, but you don't see the Bishop that we see now in '97. You see Bishop with his rocking his old haircut with a little twirl,
with the long, rock star in the back and getting it on in front,
Jerry curl.
But I think to harken back to what you just said about Bishop, could it be that they wanted to add a little bit more color to the X-Men team? I mean, you had Storm,
so the color we needed. I guess.
It seemed like it might be that.
I guess.
I mean, because you know how people are nowadays. It's always got to be that. But I enjoy Bishop. I like Bishop. I like his powers. I still think Colossus would have been a better fit.
Yeah.
I think Colossus.
I mean, it's nothing against anything. Like, I don't want anybody to feel offended.
Oh hell, throw Psylocke in there.
But
that'd be cool.
I'm just what you call period.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. And it's not broke, so don't fix it. But
all right, did he mess it up for you at all? Did he mess it up for you at all?
No, it was very cool. Like let's get into the first scene. Like, super action. Like, they had the two black people started off. Yeah, so that was pretty cool, and it wasn't bad. It's just I've always had my feelings about Bishop,
and I am definitely loving that shirt, the X-Men and Apocalypse.
Generally
part of the occasion. For the occasion, I get it.
But what I'm excited about is, like, I don't need to let you guys know, my favorite villain of all time. My favorite villain of all time has made an appearance twice in the openings. And that's Mr. Sinister. So we know he about to. Oh yeah. He about to mess some stuff up right now.
Oh yeah. Just with the way the second, if I could jump ahead a little bit, the second episode ends. Sinister has his hands all up in this.
Yes, he
Because
does.
we do know who's coming. If y'all don't know,
Madeline Pryor,
there we go.
the Goblin Queen.
Goblin Queen, baby.
I mean, now what we're trying to figure out, and I'm sure everyone is how Bo wrote it, because obviously not, like I said, not comic book accurate.
Not in the least.
But we're all trying to figure out.
But the spirit is there.
How the heck did we miss this? How did we miss this? We done watched Jean go through all types of hell in the original animated series, right? And me and my pops have been trying to cipher through the many times she has been alone. So we can go when she was first taken and brought to Savage Lands, right? We can go to the 2 episodes. I forget what season it is, but where Sinister is working for Apocalypse and he's collecting all of the telepaths. We can go when she was with the Hellfire Club. At what point did we miss the switcheroo? Because clearly, one is not like the other. One is not the real one. But which one is it?
You just remind me, because I didn't go back and watch it. I know you binge watched it a couple of times. But what you just brought up, when he snatched her during the Apocalypse thing, when they was grabbing the telepaths, I think he got her DNA when he captured them on in the Savage Lands, but he switched them when he was capturing when he was snatching the
at which
the
time
telepaths.
do you think?
I think when he snatched them and took them to the not to the island. I think because in the Savage Lands, remember, you seen those vines go into Scott's skin. It was like sucking things out, if I remember correctly. I think he did that to Jean either before he did to Scott or after he did it to Scott. That could have been on the island. Excuse me if I'm mixing it up. But I think that's when he got the DNA. I think he made the clone and he made the switch when he's working for Apocalypse, and he was snatching, they were
the
snatching the telepaths, because that was an opportune time for him to switch out.
It really was,
because he made a clone, and Apocalypse got a big ass head.
He had to have taken the DNA obviously during the Savage Lands, because remember, he kind of upgraded Vertigo, and she was a little more powerful, which means he had a lot of DNA. So it's just a matter of figuring out how did we miss it.
I mean, I think he's grabbing a little bit from.
I have theories though. I personally feel like Cooper is working with Magneto.
Right.
I feel like we got to pay attention. Like, he sent the Morlocks to Genosha. It might be like, I just feel like maybe Bo took a little bit from both the animated X-Men, the animated series, and also maybe Wolverine and the X-Men. If you think about Genosha and how Magneto had everybody there, and then he wanted to. But
that's straight from the comics, Fall of the Mutants.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I think he took the stories. Well, I think that's what might be happening.
Yeah,
I think he's working with Cooper, and she's pretending. Like, I think the parting was always going to happen.
Right.
The assassination was always going to happen. Did they know it was going to turn out where, like, Storm got her powers taken?
Right.
I don't think Cooper was aware of that. Like, I don't think she knew about the executioner.
Right.
But she definitely knew there was going to be a mob and blah, blah, blah. And it was to paint Magneto as changing.
I think she's an all-around villain to begin with. I think even Magneto should not trust her. I think definitely with them sending the mutants to Genosha. Yeah, I was going to say Krakoa, because I'm still into the now stories. You got to forgive me. By them sending the mutants to Genosha, I think they're setting up. Genosha burning and 6 million mutants dying.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back to the first episode, and you look at Jean, and when she tried to go into Gyrick's mind, and she's all those graves. Yeah. And let's just point out how
and it was the Sentinels that did that, right? A wild Sentinel, right?
Yes. And how it was stupid Trask is. Like, he did not learn. He is so blinded by his hatred for mutants that he went and made another Mastermo. And guys, I don't know about y'all, but I don't believe that this is the only Mastermo. If you listen to the conversation he was having with Henry, he told him, like, we need more than one. Also, they didn't really show us that the X-Men destroyed Massimo's head. I feel like they keep not confirming the kill.
Yeah, I think the X-Men are more see, the first time, remember, I think the head survived because Master Mo was in it was water that supposedly destroyed the Sentinels. So they couldn't, they was just trying to get away from Genosha because they were trapped, so they got away. I think that's why the head survived in the first season. But I think with this season, I think they, I mean, look how they fought. I mean, they're fighting stuff. You can tell they're more of a unit. They're more of a cohesive team. So I think they might have destroyed that. I just think that there is another. I agree with you. There is another master mode, if not more than one master mode somewhere. And they better pray to God that there's not a mother mode in this cartoon, because then all hell gonna break loose.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's talk about these Easter eggs they gave us, these fun things that they gave us. I mean, if you guys are paying attention, after the fight with Friends of Humanity, you see the newspaper clipping come down, and it is indeed from the Daily Bugle, which tells us what we are going to see. All the people we have always been like, how is it that they're all in New York but never see each other? And I don't know if everyone was looking, but apparently Banshee is into fashion. That is definitely him on the cover of that, alongside Dust, Maggot, Nature Girl, Stacy X, and Loa. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, guys.
Oh, wow, Stacy X. Wow, that's a controversial figure.
I'm not too. I mean, Banshee, I know, like that's my dude. I'm not too. I don't have much knowledge on the rest of them. Dust, I do know from watching Wolverine and the X-Men. Her powers is pretty freaking dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is letting us know, guys, we are in for some fun, some treats. And I mean, Morph alone, if you're fast forwarding to the second episode, also the first, he doesn't turn to fly down. He turned to the Archangel. Well, right. Sort of the Archangel, because I guess this is when Angel was transitioning, trying to get himself back together after Apocalypse messed up his head.
No, it was Archangel, because remember, he had his head together, but he couldn't get rid of the blue. And his wings were still metal, and he had the suit. So once he had that suit on, he was back to being the Angel, but he kept the name Archangel.
Okay, I just just making sure I was right.
You was right. You 100% right.
He turned that to use to fight it. Favorite X-Men all time, Rogue. I don't care. Okay, anything bad you have to say about this woman, you will never infiltrate my love for her. I love this woman. Does she sound a bit different? Of course, ladies and gentlemen, of course. We have to realize that 92 was when the X-Men came out. These people were a hell of a lot younger. We are now in 2024. I get it. You missed the way things sound. You missed the way things look. But the more they change, the more they stay the same, right? And to me, it wasn't that much of a change. Did it grow on me? Yes. I watched both episodes at least, and I'm being honest, guys, at least 5 times before I actually was like, all right, I gotta go to bed. But it grew on me. Like, we gotta understand these people's growing the same way we are. Like, my voice is not gonna stay the same forever. Your voice is not gonna stay the same forever. But I think they did one hell of a job. So
my voice changed from 92 to now. So, but I just think that anybody that hates on a series, just to really, they have no other thing to do in their life but to hate on something, because this series is amazing. I mean, the 2 episodes already has proved it. It's stamped it. Solidified it. X-Men is back, bro. Let's enjoy it.
In full effect. Let's
enjoy it. Let's kick back, and relax and enjoy it, man. I mean, y'all been calling for this forever. Why complain about it?
Yes.
You got what you want.
Can we stop doing that? Can we literally stop doing that? I mean, there are things that I have been complaining about with the MCU and the changes, right?
Yes.
My dad hears it all the time. Friends who know me, they know I'm a big Hawkeye fan. Was I horribly, extremely, ragefully upset that he was not in this costume? Absolutely. Absolutely. Why did y'all not put my mans in his costume? But did Jeremy Renner play that part? Yes, he was Clint for me. So
he could have been a bit meaner for me, because you know how Clint is, punching your face.
True. But he still had he had that swag that Clint has.
Yeah.
They just didn't give him the whole, and we know why they didn't make him so mean, because they still trying to gear everything to just kids. But I'm happy this new change. I mean, we got Deadpool coming out, that's rated R, blood. Yep. These are the things that are happening in the comic books. Like, when you read the comic books,
we got King Kong versus Godzilla.
That's
that's not MCU.
No.
Damn. Go Godzilla.
Still excited to see that.
That's my dude, though.
But that would be another discussion.
Now check this out. One thing that I hope that they do in this is some crossovers. I mean, let's be honest. We had a lot of We had a lot of good 90s cards. Some terrible, let's be honest, because that Advance is the first episode.
First season? What do you mean first episode?
The first episode alone was because I stopped there. Remember, I had to discover the second season because I stopped watching it. Was the most vile, disgusting, terrible. I don't know who did that animation. And
love the song though.
Yes, the song was great. Love the song.
Can't lie.
But it was disgusting. Second season, oh my God. They need to cross over with the X-Men.
Yeah, I mean, and if you haven't watched it, and if you have Disney Plus,
watch
it.
it. Second season.
You compare things that you've seen happen in the X-Men, like when Gladiator threw Juggernaut all the way somewhere in the ocean. If you're paying attention, you see Juggernaut's hand come up out of on I don't know what bridge that is, but
yeah, and that was
and then
the
you
whole
fast forward back to the X-Men.
When Juggernaut climbs out of the bridge, climbs on the bridge.
He was headed for the X-Men.
I love the way they made it connect, and people didn't catch it because it was on different channels. So if you didn't watch it, you didn't connect it. But it was a great time back then.
But if you was like,
and I'm a comic book head, so I loved it.
Definitely connected it. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed or ever really paid attention. The opening of the X-Men, they have swapped people out and put people in. So now on the side of Magneto, the lineup is as it stands. It's Juggernaut. It's Lady Deathstrike. It is Emma Frost, Sabretooth, Pyro, and my man Avalanche. And they took out that weird guy that we never knew who he was.
Thank God they took out Thunderbird because he shouldn't have been on that side.
Yeah, anymore. I always wondered, like, what did Thunderbird have a great with him? Like, why was he running with?
He was an X-Men, bro. He was an X-Men.
Now I'm hoping to see, guys, like. We all know Charles's brother, Juggernaut. I know, we all know he hates him with a passion. But I'm wondering, like, will we see him? Will he have anything to do with this season at all? Because his brother's gone. In my head, it's like, not that he ever needed a motive, but anytime kind of felt like the Juggernaut came around, if he's not working with someone,
he was going after Charles.
He was going after Charles. Yeah. So will we see him? I don't know. Would this be the only time we see him every time it comes on?
I'm hoping that they don't, go the comic book route. And for those who don't know, Juggernaut in the comics is a good guy now, unfortunately, and a member of the X-Men.
Yeah, I feel like they need to change that. I mean, just let him be bad.
This is Juggernaut, man. This is like one of their big bads. He should have always stayed an enemy. Even if he, went to the side of the Angels for a little while, he should have went back. But what you're saying, Charles being gone, I hope they don't make him come to the mansion and I want to repent. My brother's gone. I want to be good. I don't know. Don't be good, nigga. I mean, excuse me. Don't be good. Do what you do, bro. Cause havoc. Wreck shop. Punch somebody in the mouth. Beat up Wolverine.
I'm just wondering if we'll see him. I mean, I'm almost 100% sure we're gonna see Emma.
One of my favorite villains.
We're gonna see Emma in the Hellfire Club. For some reason, I feel like they also tie into this other Jean. I don't know. I could be wrong. Obviously, this is just a theory, but I feel like there's other players on this chessboard that made this happen.
Maddie don't really need nobody because when she cut
loose, I mean, I'm not. It's not in a sense that she needed anyone, right? But the switch. I feel like there were more players involved with there being two Jean Greys.
Then I would think Mystique is going to definitely have her hands all up.
Oh, duh, yes. Oh, you already know. I mean, if it's what I think it's going to be leading up to, I think the big bad at the end of this season, I could be wrong. If it's not going to be Sinister, who he's working for.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it'll end off with Sinister, but there's a bigger threat, clearly.
Right.
Like, we all know Sinister. He has plenty of motives.
Yes, he does.
And there's even a theory that this may not be Magneto with things that he has been saying.
The Joseph theory.
Now, does anybody want Joseph?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
To me, the way these first two episodes, I feel like if Bo did indeed make that Joseph and not Magneto, it's going to be one hell of a story. He already hit us so hard. Like, I cried. I don't know about y'all. I cried when Storm lost her powers. Like,
yeah, that was deep. That was deep. I mean, straight out the comics, not comic accurate, but straight out the comics. It's like, yeah, okay, this happened. We're gonna make it happen here.
And even like I've been saying, keep saying, guys, not comic book accurate, because if you guys want to read how that happened, originally. You can look up. We have the internet. Look up issue 185 of the X-Men, and that shot was originally for Rogue and Storm intervene.
There it is.
And also the execution, he's a little different too.
Yeah.
They're not really. If you pay attention to what Hank said, he couldn't read his weapon, which maybe could. You know, in the comic books, his weapon is made of his armor is made of Shi'ar tech. Yeah. So he got his hands on that stuff, and maybe we already seen that he got his hands on.
They left it ambiguous.
They did. So you can kind of your imagination. You can let let your imagination run wild, and whatever it is to you, I don't know, but it could very well be Shi'ar tech, and the man got a hold of. He's Friends of Humanity. How does the Friends of Humanity get Sentinel parts, pieces?
They shouldn't have that.
I feel like he might be a little more into the field than these random off the street
Friends of Humanity,
members.
Yeah, but remember that episode with Sabretooth when I think it was called Family something, or it was
Family Size.
Yeah, it was with Mystique, Rogue, Nightcrawler, Creed. Yes. The facility he took them to was a Friends of Humanity facility. Yeah, and they had a really good setup, so they got money.
Oh yeah.
So
I think that was Creed's money.
Yeah, it could have been
because you don't.
Well, how could it have been? Because think about it. He went before a council. Remember, they told him to fix it.
Also, he made that council though. He made that council. That's why he was so mad. How could Jack put me on trial when I made y'all?
That's true. I guess it's the Vince McMahon thing in the WWE. One day you got it, the next day you don't.
There's so many great things in both these episodes. You even get to see my boy, a young Roberto de Costa.
Yes.
Mr. Sunspot. If you guys don't know.
Sunspot.
If you want to check him out a little more, see how his powers is, you guys, you got Disney Plus. Go on Disney Plus, check out the movie New Mutants. He's in it. To me, they kind of, I think Bo took from a little bit from there because he kind of looks just like that actor a little bit, down to the hair. Like he looks just like him. I love his interaction with Jubilee, and Jubilee, look, my baby is growing up.
Fun fact. In the comics, Roberto da Costa took over AIM and renamed it from Advanced Idea Mechanics to Avengers Idea Mechanics, which to me made no sense. What?
He's a child. Why do you think that was cool?
Buddy D took it over, and he made them work for the side of the Angels for a little while. You know what I mean? But
I think so much room for so much. We are watching. If y'all not seeing the character development, they're more in tune with themselves.
Excellent.
They're fighting as a team. They're doing things that we did not get to see.
They do punches, y'all. They do punches. Don't let that go by you, because when it was on back in the days, nobody threw a punch. People swiped at each other.
I don't know if y'all realize they always got hurt so fast.
Yep.
But Storm doing her thing, Rogue doing her thing. That team up, whoever sat in that room, I don't know how you came up with it. I don't know what you said. Your brain is amazing. Whoever came up with that Gambit charging Wolverine's claws, oh my god, that's a masterpiece. That's like mac and cheese. When mac and cheese and yams meet together, it's just pure excellence.
Yeah, it is. Cyclops is my boy, and for years I've been screaming in this house, screaming to my family,
the Boy Scout,
that this man is not getting his due. He got the leadership abilities like Cap, but he wasn't getting his due. They let him do his thing. Like, you've seen Scott use his powers in ways you've never seen it in the first iteration of this X-Men cartoon.
It's true. If you notice, guys, they fell back with Wolverine, and as much as we all love Wolverine, and I know we all love Wolverine, but they allowed Scott to be Scott. They allowed Cyclops to be the leader of his team. It wasn't the Wolverine show that we've been kind of in for a while. They kind of deep dive with Wolverine, even down to the last X-Men show we had. It was Wolverine in the X-Men. Mm-hmm. It wasn't it just felt like everything was revolving around that one X-Men when there's so many other teammates.
At one time.
Also,
in the comics,
not
Wolverine
cut you
was
off,
the lead
but
everywhere.
Another great thing that they allowed us to witness we've all been kind of complaining about is they gave us the level of the mutant powers.
Yes, they
we didn't get a chance to hear that. It was just the Sentinel saying mutant detected.
Yep.
But this Sentinel said exactly Omega level mutant detected.
Yep.
And who was it?
Omega level threat. Yep.
Beautiful Black Queen, Storm.
Yep.
And Storm, they finally gave her just rights because
they never showed her powers really to the fullest.
The extent of her powers.
Yeah, it is.
And when they did show the extent of her powers, she always had to be. It had to be the.
It was like a
boy
strain
that always messed with her. What's the kid thing? What's the name?
Shadow King.
It's either Shadow King messing with her or
Omega Red was the other one, right?
Yeah, it's always somebody messing with her that makes her just lose it, and then you get to see a bit of her powers, and then you don't even get to see that much. You just get to see the winds blow.
Yeah, her freezing somebody.
But this time you got to see, and you also got to see the second in command because Storm is the second in command. You got to see just how she hold it down, and the other X-Men that we were comparing and contrasting, they kind of made her act as if she couldn't do it. She didn't believe in herself enough to do it. She just also automatically knew that she was gonna fail.
Yeah.
But in here, she had all confidence. There was no sign of self-doubt at all, and I love that. And again, Bo, my man's, I'm giving you a pound,
Mr. DeMeo.
I'm patting you on your back. I'm giving you your flowers. This is awesome, bro. I'm so I'm ready. I mean, a part of me text my dad, why didn't they just give us 3 episodes? They could have just gave us three episodes and then 10 still, but they didn't do it that way. It's fine, okay? I'm not gonna be greedy, but I get it. You gotta let us wait. You gotta let us let our mouth water. Yes, I understand. That's what it was. But
hopefully the second season.
I'm all for it. I'm down. I will be back next Wednesday at 3:00 in the morning.
And I will be back next Wednesday at about 9:00 in the morning after I get up and have a good night's sleep, drink some coffee, then I'll sit down and watch it. So I'll be a little late.
But if you guys haven't watched it, please, guys, go watch it.
Do yourself a favor.
Disney Plus, wherever you can watch it. Watch it with a friend. You don't got a friend. I don't know. Whatever you need to do to see these 2 episodes. Go watch it, enjoy it, relive your childhood, go back to when times were way more simpler, and
nostalgia. Just
have fun, guys. Signing off. Had so much fun with you guys. Yeah. Please, guys, help me grow. You're gonna have fun. It's gonna be an amazing journey, and